tell you what, we're sitting here with the legend himself, Mr. Sid Waterman, and we're walking down the hallway there, and he stops me and says, "Congratulations on your first win," which was certainly a big deal for me. Spent a lot of years chasing after it. You've had so much to do with nitro cars all these years, but the first thing out of my mouth to you was, how about that Waterman pump being the quickest in the world? And you did congratulate me on that, but then I just kind of thought about it. That's not the first time that's happened for you. It's the first for me.
No, it's actually happened to us back about the last 16 to 18 years. So I've been very fortunate and very blessed to have racers like this that have common sense and know how to do things. These guys break less parts than anybody that's out there, and they go to the races with far fewer parts, far fewer motors. It's called being, having common sense and pure logic. That's what it's all about. And I also said, yeah, not only does he have the world's quickest car, but we also won, like I said, the World Championship this year with the Force team. Well, John Force was a customer of mine for close to 40 years now, and their drag shoes run my stuff, and I feel really, really good about it.
Well, I tell you what, you have done it for a really, really long time, and I know you've told this story a million times, but what kind of got you headed down through the nitro fuel pump guru that you've become?
Well, I worked for Mickey Thompson for 5 years prior to my going out on my own, and Mickey gave me 2 pieces of advice. He says, number one, don't put a product on the market until you know it's better than anything else out there. Number 2, make sure it looks better than it works. And we've always tried to make our product not only the best, but the best looking. And that has a lot to do with it as far as dragging customers in. And the drag, the top fuel thing led me to so many other forms of motorsports. I was able to get involved with the sprint cars. Well, the sprint cars took me to the Indy car. We've had every Indy car at Indy, won every race since 1996. Well, that's a long time. Well, then we got hooked up with NASCAR. They were having a lot of fires, so I designed a pump for NASCAR to put the fuel pump away from the right front corner of the block. Because when they hit the wall, it'd take the fuel pump off.
Exactly.
Well, they had fires 3 weeks in a row, 3 fires. I got a call from Randy Dorton from Hendricks Motorsports. So fortunately, my drag racing reputation led me to all these different things. And when I first got involved with Servo Track, I said, what is a drag racer doing here? And I said, well, you guys just don't seem to understand something. You've got 2 drag races allowed. Turn 2 to turn 4, or turn 2 to turn 3, and turn 4 to turn 1. So if you take out ideas and you can out-accelerate it, you'll be going into the corner first, not last.
Exactly. Well, I've got to say that I have a lot of excitement because you've now teamed up with Aeromotive, and Steve and I go a long way back, but another person that kind of's got a little something to do with Aeromotive, a guy named old Kyle Fickler, we go back further than I even care to think about, that we've done things and seen things and know things about each other. But I was really excited when that all came together, because I've got such a history with Aeromotive, and now to have Waterman fuel pumps to be part of that, that's very exciting for me personally. And I think it's probably got to be exciting for you as well.
It is very exciting. This is our 50th anniversary of the company. I started April Fool's Day, 1967. And I never, ever, in any way, shape, or form, thought that I wouldn't be involved in every form of motorsports that there is. And everything I've always done is with safety in mind. When we sat there and they happened, the blower explosion, we came up with the burst pad. We've had so many different things that we've been able to do. I've always looked at it this way. If you go to a racetrack and you find yourself a crowd of people, there's usually a reason for that crowd. Usually there's a problem. And wherever there's a problem, there's probably a product to fix that problem. So that's how we ended up going from one thing to another to another. So it's been a wonderful 50 years. I was fortunate enough to meet my wife two weeks after we opened my company, and we've been married for 50 years also. So that's 2 50-year anniversaries in 1 year.
That is amazing. So my last question for you is probably a hard one, but your favorite moment in racing, and I don't mean just drag racing because I'm an old top fuel guy sitting here, but just racing in general. If it's your proudest moment, something that just really stands out, what would that be?
Well, the thing that got me really going with funny cars, although I'm not real big in the funny car area, in 1974, Billy Meyer came to my shop, said, I need you to build me a motor. So we built him an engine, went back to Indianapolis, forgot the two spare pistons on the shelf at the shop, got back to Indy. The national record was a 6:48. First run around 6:60, second run around 6:39, 6:28, 6:22, 6:19. So we set the national record by 3/10 of a second. And we never had the heads off the car from the first run to the last. That was 8 runs.
That's impressive.
Yeah, and in fact, the best part about it was Tommy Hoover came by, and of course he wanted to look at everything. He wanted to see the heads off. Well, we didn't take them off. There was no reason to. So he went and looked at our spark plugs. God, they're beautiful. They're all the same color. No wires burned or anything. And well, as you know, if you have the right tune-up, the right air-to-fuel ratio, you don't have to be the most powerful guy. You just got to be the one that makes it to the finish line time after time. And Hoover says, well, how many plugs? Do you have another set of plugs I can look at? I said, the same plug ran all weekend long. He said, well, why wouldn't you just put new plugs in it going to the final? And I said, real simple. These work. We don't know when you put a brand new plug in it whether it's going to work or not.
Exactly.
And I learned that from my old friend Keith Black. Keith sat there and said, Sid, if you can use the same spark plug each run, you know that it's worked the run before, why would you change it? Made common sense to me.
Yeah. Mr. Sid, thank you for these few minutes here. It's always a pleasure to see you.
Well, you know something? Getting inducted into the Hall of Fame, Garland's Hall of Fame, you're going to be there one of these days, whether you know it or not.
Well, I appreciate that thought, that's for sure, because I'm still just the old country boy that's driving an old Dodge truck up and down the road bracket racing, but it's turned into 19 years in Top Fuel, starting my 20th year this season.
Yeah. Congratulations to you and your team. Your crew chief, Grubby, has just done a marvelous job with you guys. When you go to a racetrack and you're in a Top Fuel car and you only got 3 engines, you're really doing something. Very special.
Or we're silly, one or the other. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
On the street, in the water, or at the track, if you drive it, we can fuel it.